first full day, we visited a locally owned family business called Sol Naciente. They're a coffee plantation and they also make the coffee on site. They taught us about the importance of biodiversity in a coffee plantation. So we got to walk around and see all the different plants they had going on there, which was really cool because we saw a lot of plants we had never heard of or seen before. And we learned about the process of actually making the coffee. And we learned about the process of actually putting it through the machine. We got to see how the machine works and all the moving parts. And then and that sort of separates out the coffee. And then we got to see the drying process. So just these racks and sheets of coffee beans everywhere. And then finally, the moment we had all been waiting for, we got to try the coffee and we learned about all the different flavoring properties and all of that good stuff. So it was a really cool experience. And we had a wonderful guide who had worked there and he was a part of the family that owned the business.
Favorite things. I love to backpack, and I've only done it in deciduous forests. I've only done it in the States on the East Coast, so being in a rainforest has been a really unique experience.
Ecotourism in general, first I learned what it was. Because as an environmental studies student, it's not a focus of what I do. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was just traveling for nature-related activities. That's what the eco was, but I'm learning that's included, but it's more about traveling sustainably and being able to explore a new place with new people while preserving local culture and local environment. And I've learned that doing your research on that and coming to a place with that kind of open mind and willingness to engage with local culture as much as the local environment is key to being an ecotourist. Backpacking was also really awesome because it was difficult, but being that close to the jungle and sleeping out there and spending, a day and a half in this really foreign environment was one of my favorite things. I can't say enough about the homestay experience. That's been a real highlight for me. That's really where you get a sense of what local culture is and what impact your tourism is having, positive or negative, but the way this trip is structured and with our own awareness of ecotourism, it's mostly positive. But being able to share the daily experiences of a family in Costa Rica that has opened their home to tourists and really enjoy what they do has been so special to me. You bond with your hosts, adults or children, and it demystifies how another culture this far away from the United States lives.
Most of all, just getting to do what they do in their daily lives has been really cool. And so we show up, and in the mornings we have breakfast with the family. We hang out. We're immersed with them, and so whatever they're doing, we're doing. I think one of the most authentic experiences that I got to be a part of was the chicken. And so we got to take a chicken out of the chicken coop, and that was our dinner for the night. Ready? Yeah. Well. And so we killed the chicken and ate that chicken later. That was something that I wasn't expecting at all, and it's something we would never do in the United States because we get everything from the store. And so I thought that was interesting, to say the least.
Town's name is Piedras Blancas. Because in that mountain, there's a lot of them. And there is a cave in the top of that mountain.
Huh.
So this is my grandpa's farm.
That's awesome. See? Did we cross this footbridge?
And then also in the homestays, all of them have something that they do in particular, like a work that they do. And so the sugarcane, like they have, that is a part of their daily lives. We got to harvest sugarcane, process the sugarcane, make sugar.
The sugarcane 3 times, so.
And that's not just something that they do for the tourists. If the tourists weren't there, they would also still do it. I thought that was a really, really cool part of staying at Donna Floor's place.
Turkey! Woo!
My girlfriend babysits and I've got a kid that age, like a little over 1.
Good job, Emily.
For me, I thought that ecotourism was about being in nature. Like that was my idea of ecotourism. But ecotourism is a lot more than that. It's about cultural exchange is, I think, the most important thing about ecotourism is going and supporting these families, and also getting to be immersed in something authentic. I think that is what is different from traditional or controlled tourism, is the immersion into reality of Costa Rican culture.
Kayaking that we did yesterday, I guess everybody gets to raft, but through the tour operation that we're working with, they were kind enough to let Joe and I kayak down the river, and that's an experience I wouldn't have traded for the world. I love doing that. Surfing so far, because I've never surfed before, and I don't spend a lot of time at the ocean. I've never seen the Pacific, but we did that today, and I mean, if you can see the sunburn, we did that today, and it was really awesome. I took to it pretty well, and the instructors were really nice, and a good way to conclude kind of, you know, coming through the mountains and sweating every day, and then getting to jump in the ocean.
How's the surfing?
Really fun.
Nice.
Yes, I would recommend it because it's so different. I think you have to be the right kind of person though. I think you have to want to be a little bit uncomfortable for the beginning. It's not like you're sleeping in a hotel every night and super comfortable. I have traveled a lot, and I have never, ever had an experience like this.
I think the biggest reason would be for cross-cultural learning. The skills that you learn about traveling abroad, interacting with other cultures, and doing that properly and sustainably are really invaluable. You find out how a diverse or different culture lives, but you also find the universals and what unify you with somebody across the globe.